Hi, this is Amla Reddy, Associate Editor of Commercial Integrator, and I'm delighted to be joined by Mark Donovan of Audio-Technica to discuss all about InfoComm 2025, taking this place in Orlando. Welcome, Mark. It's so great to have you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it about InfoComm.
All right.
Before we begin, can you talk about your title and role at Audio-Technica?
Actually, I've been at Audio-Technica for 15 years, but my title recently changed. I'm actually the Director of Commercial Applications now. And what we've done as a company is we've kind of done some restructuring to better support our customers, to better support the industry. So as the Director of Commercial Applications, it's my responsibility to tie together all those different parts, from especially from voice of the customer, product development, sales, marketing, and all these things, and bring that together so that it can all work together smoothly. So that's a it's a pretty broad title, covers a lot, but that's okay.
No, that's awesome. And let's talk about InfoComm. What are you
Yeah.
most excited about Audio-Technica's booth offerings this year?
Well, for our booth, I don't know if anybody, if you've been to our booth the last couple of years, actually, this is our third year of actually doing a live call from a setup in the booth back here to our what we call our System Solution Lab in Ohio, because we realized that you can sit there and you can talk specifications and you can show pictures and you can do that all day long, but for the most part in these commercial ones, it's about the experience on the other end. And so by having people be able to sit down and actually experience a Teams call back to our office here, back to our lab, and listen to what it sounds like. And we actually have the different products that we go through so you can hear what's it going to sound like using this or this or this. And that has been really, really popular the last couple of years, and we're doing it again this year.
That's awesome. So, are there any products in particular that you're excited about?
Well, I mean, the big three that we have that we're concentrating on, and some of them, a couple of them, like for example, the ceiling array. The ceiling array itself, the physical piece, has been around for I don't know 3, 4 years, I guess now. But again, and you'll hear me say this a lot here and on the floor at InfoComm, is the voice of the customer. And so we've been able to take a lot of these requests that the customers have had and actually integrate it into new firmware changes with this ceiling array. So if you maybe looked at the ceiling array that we have, the beamforming ceiling array, several years ago, what we have today actually has a lot more cool features than it did back then, like camera control and voice lift and things like that. So, that's one of them. Another one is our engineered sound wireless, which is a little bit newer. We've got a lot of really cool case studies to talk about, a lot of really cool integrations with other partnerships, other partners. And really, it's just overall, it's a great quality piece. So focusing on that. And then the newest one is our System 20 Pro, which is our successor to our System 10 Pro, which had been around for a decade. System 20 Pro we formally announced it last year at InfoComm, but now we've got some time under our belt and some real application use cases to talk about. And so those are really the things we're going to focus on.
Yeah, that all sounds very exciting. And I'd
Yeah.
like to mention partnerships. I wanted to mention that Audio-Technica has always emphasized its commitment to partnerships. So, how is that going to take center stage at InfoComm 2025?
Well, for one thing, I think that I have to stress here that the partnerships are critically important because we do not sell a product in a box. What we're selling is part of a solution, and we understand we have to work well with others. And our partner list just keeps getting longer and longer. We actually have an individual who's globally, his job is to work these partnerships. And we've got a very large wall section. Actually, our whole booth is bigger this year than last year. And we've dedicated an entire wall section to these partnership products and highlighting who we work with, how we're working with them, and the products we work together. And of course, we'll be going over to their booths also and helping make sure that the communication is clear.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And like, I love
Yep.
how you talked about the in-person experience, the demos,
Yeah,
nothing beats the actually feeling the products and seeing how they
that is
work,
the
right?
truth. That is
Yeah.
absolutely true. So,
Yeah, and so I just wanted to ask you before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to spotlight that I haven't asked about Audio Technica and Infocom?
well, I think, and I've said it before, I say it again, the voice of the customer. You know, this is a technology industry, right? And
Yeah.
we're used to building this technology so that we can do exactly what we're doing right now, which is talking from these distant locations. But this is still about relationships. This is still about people meeting face to face, getting to know each other, and to talk about things openly. And that means the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about what you need to do out there in the field so we can figure out, hey, maybe we can develop something to do that, or maybe we can change something to fit your needs. But these conversations really are a key part of us being able to grow. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody in person in Orlando.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. And I wanted to thank you again for joining us today.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping to see you at Infocom soon.
Oh, I will be there.
Absolutely. All right. So to wrap up again, this is Amala Reddy from commercial integrator, and do check out our website, commercialintegrator.com, for all things related to Infocom, including our pre-show and post-show coverage. Thank you.